Okay, so we all think about air quality in our homes.
Right, for sure.
We've got our air purifiers running. We're checking the weather for pollen counts, all that good stuff.
Right.
But we often forget about a place where we spend just as much time breathing, and that's our cars.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
kind of like our own little mobile bubble, and all that time adds up, especially if you have a long commute or you're going on a road trip or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So in this deep dive, we're going to be looking into a company called Fresh Air Matters.
Okay.
And their whole focus is on, you guessed it, fresh air.
Hmm.
In fact, they specialize in indoor air quality. And they've got a ton of information on their website about something a lot of us don't even think about,
Gets that.
our car's cabin air filter.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to dig into what this thing actually does,
Huh?
why it's so important, and what we all need to know to make sure we're breathing easy behind the wheel.
All right, so let's start with the basics, I guess.
Oh,
What is this thing?
right, yeah.
What is a cabin air filter?
You know, I think a lot of people would be surprised to learn that their car even have one of these.
Yeah, I bet.
But basically, it's this little filter that's usually tucked away somewhere under the glove compartment or sometimes under the hood.
Gotcha.
And its job is to catch all kinds of nasty stuff before it gets into the air you breathe inside your car.
So what kind of stuff are we talking?
We're talking about things like exhaust fumes from other cars,
Oh, yeah.
pollen, dust, mold spores, allergens.
I see.
It's like having a little bodyguard for your lungs.
All right.
And, this is something Fresh Air Matters really emphasizes on their website.
Makes sense.
They even point out that a lot of those really tiny pollen particles, like the ones that are just a couple of microns wide,
Mm-hmm.
can easily sneak past your car's regular air intake filters.
Really?
But the cabin air filter, it's designed to snag those little guys.
Interesting.
So if you're someone who suffers from seasonal allergies,
Okay.
having a fresh cabin air filter in your car could make a huge difference in how comfortable you feel when you're out and about,
Yeah, that makes sense.
especially during those peak pollen seasons.
Right.
It could mean the difference between, having a pleasant drive
Uh-huh.
and one where you're just sniffling and sneezing the whole time.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Exactly.
So we know it keeps the bad stuff out, but what happens when it gets clogged up?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Uh-huh.
Because like any filter, it can only hold so much gunk before it starts to get overwhelmed.
Sure.
And Fresh Air Matters actually has a whole section on our website dedicated to the consequences of neglecting your cabin air filter.
Okay, so let's hear it. What can happen?
Well, first off, you're probably going to notice that the airflow from your vents is weaker.
Right.
That means your AC and your heating system aren't going to work as effectively.
Oh, I see.
And then there's the smell,
Oh, yeah.
that kind of musty, stale odor that can permeate the whole car when the filter's full of dust and grime.
Yeah, not pleasant at all.
Definitely not the kind of air freshener you want. But more importantly, breathing in all that polluted air, especially for prolonged periods, can actually be harmful to your health.
Really? So this isn't just about comfort, it's about health, too. So it
Oh.
sounds like this little filter packs a pretty big punch.
It really does.
It affects our comfort, the performance of our car, and even our health.
Exactly.
What can we do?
Well, the good news is that maintaining your cabin air filter is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
It's not like rebuilding your engine or anything.
Right.
Most of the time, you can even do it yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Fresh Air Matters recommends replacing your cabin air filter every 30,000 miles,
Okay.
or as recommended in your owner's manual.
Right.
They also say to keep an eye out for those telltale signs that your filter needs to be changed,
Like what?
like reduced airflow from the vents or that noticeable musty odor that we talked about.
Yeah, those make sense.
Now, of course, if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, most mechanics can replace a cabin air filter pretty quickly and easily.
Yeah.
But, they also talk about going beyond just the basic filter.
Oh, how so?
Well, Fresh Air Matters also offers these portable air purifiers that are specifically designed for cars,
Interesting.
kind of like the ones you might have in your home.
Right.
And they mention brands like Westinghouse, Wind Essential, and Wind Plus.
Okay.
They even point out that some of these models, like the Wind Plus, have built-in air quality sensors.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually see how clean or polluted the air is inside your car in real time.
So if someone's really serious about air quality in their car, these could be a good option.
Exactly.
And Fresh Air Matters can help with all of this.
Well, they do actually offer filter replacements and stuff, but there's one little caveat.
What's that?
They're currently only operating in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas.
Ah, I see. So it's a regional thing?
For now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the information they provide on their website is valuable for any car owner, no matter where you live.
Right.
Because really, it all boils down to this.
What's that?
Those little cabin air filters, they play a huge role in keeping the air inside your car clean and fresh.
Right.
And replacing them regularly is one of the easiest and most effective things you can do to protect your health and the health of your passengers.
I agree.
And plus, it can even save you money in the long run by preventing potential problems with your car's HVAC system.
So I'm curious,
Yeah.
when was the last time you changed your cabin air filter?
Oh, I'm not sure I can remember.
That's exactly my point.
I see what you did there.
I bet a lot of people listening are in the same boat.
Probably.
So my challenge to everyone listening today is this.
Okay.
Take a look at your car's owner's manual.
Okay.
See when your cabin air filter was last replaced.
Uh-huh.
And if it's been a while, or if you're starting to notice any of those signs we talked about, like reduced airflow or a musty smell,
Yeah.
it might be time to give your car a breath of fresh air.
Great advice.
It's really a simple thing to do, but it can make a big difference for your health and the well-being of your car.
I think that's a great place to wrap up.
Sounds good to me.
And as always, thanks for tuning into the Deep Dive.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.